What is going on, Twitch? Good evening. It's 7:30 Pacific time on a beautiful Wednesday evening, and I am super excited for Private Pilot Wednesdays tonight. Um, for those of you new to the channel, my name is Philip, and I wanted to thank you so much for stopping by and watching this stream. Whether you're in here right now or you're watching this on a VOD later. And I am a certified flight instructor down here in Los Angeles, and I am wearing a Breath of the Wild t-shirt. Boom. Picked this bad boy up at, where did I find this? Probably was this Box Lunch as well? No, this was Threadheads, I believe. My girlfriend found these awesome t-shirts that originally had they were like, one was like, worshiping your demon cat, or you know one of my favorite ones that I have is worship the Dark Lord, which is like these like three like cult members that are like in robes and surrounded by like a pentagram that's like flaming or whatever from beneath, and what's on top of the pentagram, like being heated from the bottom, is a giant coffee carafe like filled to the brim with coffee, and it says worshiping the Dark Lord. And these t-shirts are just awesome. And so yeah, dude, super. Oh, Zach, what up, dude? High quality t-shirt. Yeah, man. It's the same place that I got the samurai cat. I have two samurai kitty t-shirts. um just like a whole bunch. Dude, they also have like other ones, like my broccoli Godzilla one. It's just amazing, dude. Threadheads, man. And so they're not paying me to like say that. Dude, it's just awesome. I do wish their shirts were a little bit better quality, actually. And I mean, the shirt, like, it feels fine. They're not very like fitted though, but it's all good, man. It's more about the essence and like what in the uniqueness, I suppose. But Proto, what is going on, dude? It's good to see you guys, man. And I'm really excited for tonight to get into Private Pilot Wednesdays, to finish up instruments, and specifically the gyroscopic instruments. Talking about the vacuum, the attitude indicator and the heading indicator, as well as the electric gyro, the turn coordinator. What they're telling us, what they're not telling us, as well as what their errors are. And absolutely, dude. We have to, dude. That's an excellent question, and like, that is the discussion of instruments, as like, it's how are they used. What are some of like the, like, how are they used, like, what are they telling us, how can we interpret what's going on, how do they work, and then errors, and like what can, and of course the attitude indicator is relatively error free for the most part, unless you're doing like some like crazy like maneuvering that causes it to tumble. But yeah, for the most part, that's like relatively error free. But yeah, we'll be finishing up the discussion with the gyros, as well as compass errors, and just kind of going over what the magnetic compass errors are. um what would be cool, actually? I need to put together a PowerPoint on systems. Like, the PowerPoint, I actually wonder. Let me see here. How good is this systems? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Pretty good, actually. Forgot that I put this together. Mm-hmm. Vox, what's up, dude? Dude, the fellas are in here, man. That's what's up. Okay. Mm-hmm. We're just taking a look and see here. Yeah, systems are pretty decent for the at the private pilot level. Hmm. Yeah, so maybe we can do systems. What I had next time, I'm debating whether to do systems next Wednesday or VOR tracking and intercepting. I'm thinking about doing that instead, just because I think it's more applicable. I'm gonna open up this window. In the meantime, this fucking dog has been barking all day. I feel so bad because I'm like, this dumbass dog, but it's like, no, dude, these dumbass owners, man. You know, play with your fucking cute dog. The dog is adorable, dude. I think it's a female. It's a pit bull, dude. Have a fucking heart, dude. You know what I mean? This poor dog's been outside all day. I'd probably be barking too. Just like, man, the dog's fucking up though, dude. You gotta attack those owners when they come outside. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm thinking about VOR intercepting and tracking next Wednesday. And yeah, and I'm thinking no DCS tomorrow. Tomorrow evening I need to I have the honor of going to my stepdaughter's play that she's in. So fucking cute, dude. This little 9-year-old girl just freaking kills me, man. She's so adorable. And she's in, what is it, Annie or Little Annie? Shit, I don't know, dude. My girlfriend is a total theater nerd, and she'd be like, probably really disappointed that I don't know the name because it's like a famous play or something. But it's like they're kids, so it's fine. Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow night for no DCS. Although I wonder what my schedule is like for Friday. Let me see. Oh, you know what? Yeah, Friday. I just have a flight. I want to say in 10 a.m. Yeah, and then I'll be gone the rest of the day. So I wonder. I know Kate will come over tomorrow after the play. Yeah, I probably won't be able to come back for DCS. So, probably gonna have to wait for for the weekend to hang out on a DCS or something. Maybe get some Witcher in or something else. I should post like a poll when we get more folks in here, like what you guys would want to play, because I'm like majorly into Witcher right now, and it's actually got some really good momentum going. Where I think I'm at level 24 or something like that, and on a good roll with secondary quests and stuff, and gaining experience. And weapons and armor are really good, and my oils and like potions are really good. But dude, it's been a while since we played like Skyrim or Oblivion or Diablo, dude. I've got Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time to play. Dude, Banjo-Tooie, it's been forever. You know what I mean? So we've got some other stuff, to I think to attack this weekend, man. So I'm curious what you guys think. In the meantime, let's crack this open. Oh yeah. So we're gonna be finishing up the discussions tonight on instruments, and then we're gonna hop in the sim for a community flight in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. To cross country, and you guys can start putting this in if you want. Here, I'll just show you kind of what I was thinking about doing. For sure, a flight from Long Beach to Palm Springs. Cross country to Palm Springs would be really, really cool because we'll be navigating through the. I love short like cross countries through the LA basin where we can use pilotage to know where the airspace is. I love those pilotage like flights. It's one of the best places for pilotage work. We get out of the basin, we get out of the Inland Empire, and we go around this like 11,000 foot mountain peak. Around the corner is Palm Springs. And then what I'm thinking about doing is actually continuing from Palm Springs, taking off out of there and going to like the San Diego area. So let's take a look and see that, just so you guys can have a say. and see what you guys think. Oops, gotta fix my face. Who was that fighter that I think it was it Khabib or something that said that he was gonna change some guy's face? It's like, goddamn, what? Anybody in here watching watch UFC? Anybody watching UFC in here that's stoked about the fight for Saturday? Crazy ass fight on Saturday, man. Ngannou versus Gane. Super gnarly. Super gnarly. Heavyweight. Dude, it's gonna be the shit, man. It's gonna be the shit. I don't even know. Well, it's gonna be Ngannou, dude. It's always Ngannou. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll have to see. You know, Gane is like preparing like madness for it and stuff. So I don't know. You know, another one that I'm really excited for, I want to say, is either the next main one, like next month, or, yeah, I think it's in February. Or is... No, I think the big one in February is Masvidal Covington. And I think the one after that is Israel Adesanya. It's Adesanya and who? Who? You think who's gonna get subbed? You think Ngannou's gonna get subbed? Let me see here. UFC. When's that Adesanya one? Oh shit, that's right, dude. This Saturday is Moreno and Figueiredo. Holy shit, man! I forgot about that. Oh wow, that's such a cool story, dude. The guy, Brandon Moreno. Oh no way. Oh, and then Stamen and Nurmagomedov, Syed. That's gonna be another good one. Dude, Saturday's gonna be a banger, dude. That's freaking awesome. But then 271. Oh, in February. Yeah, I had those backwards. So February 12th, Adesanya and Whitaker, dude. I keep wanting to say Forrest Whitaker, probably not. Adesanya and Robert Whitaker. Holy shit, dude. You know what? I'm gonna check and see. You know what? You want to know what's fucking insane? You think Francis is gonna get subbed? Holy fuck! Imagine if he does. Dude, you want to know something nuts? I know there's a chick that is fighting on this Saturday in the early prelims that I know from my jiu-jitsu gym, Kay Hansen. No way, dude. I know she recently went to the UFC, which is like fucking what the hell? That's so crazy. But yeah, she's fighting Jasmine Jazudovicis something. But yeah, Kay Hansen. I know her, dude. That shit's crazy. So yeah, discussing the flight before we get into instruments, just looking at what we've got. I'm thinking we take off out of Long Beach. We do our climb. We go to I don't know, like 5,500 should be okay. And we follow the We do a let's do 2-6 right. We'll do a right downwind at a 2-6 right for the 5 freeway of Beam Fullerton. And top of climb should be, yeah, like 10 miles or something away. We should be top of climb somewhere around the 5 freeway. And 5,500 will put us below the 6,000 foot Bravo here. So we just want to use pilotage to make sure that we're not, that we're past this 5,000 foot shelf, this whole this whole shelf right here. This whole right here, this whole thing right here is a 5,000 foot Bravo. So on our way to 5,005, to conform to VFR cruising altitudes, we just want to make sure that we're past, I don't know, like a beam, Los Alamitos. We just want to be below 5,000 feet until we're past Los Alamitos, in other words, right? That's an easy one. And then a Beam Fullerton, straight shot from a Beam Fullerton to Santa Ana Canyon Pass. Really, it's a straight shot from a Beam Fullerton to Bands, that intersection right there. But we'll do 13-mile stretch. Maybe even break out the E6B, and just kind of keep track of the fuel that we're spending. That'd be kind of good, actually. And just keep a rolling clock going. Santa Ana Canyon Pass. I'm thinking Santa Ana Canyon Pass to maybe a Beam Lake Matthews. That's 14 miles. There we go. A Beam Lake Matthews to Paris Reservoir. BC Prods. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. I really appreciate that. Welcome. We're just kind of getting some preliminary flight planning going on. Cool. Right, and there's a 13-mile stretch right there. And then from there, from a Beam, the Paris Reservoir to Bands is 16 miles. You see, these are all like reasonable increments, We got a 13, a 14, a 13, and a 16. I actually didn't do that. I totally eyeballed that. Nice job. Thank you, me. So, and you want that. You want something like around 15 miles, something like that, like between legs. Like, you don't want to go too far. You don't want a 30-mile stretch between, any 2 points, because if you're going off in the wrong direction, the timing is, you're going to be behind the ball for a long time and not even realize it. Damn, what would be sick instead? Dude, what if we did Big Bear instead? Should we do Big Bear instead, dude? Dude, I'm going to put the poll out there. Oh, and I don't know if you guys know Big Bear or not. Because what we could do is do Big Bear, and then see, Big Bear would look cool because you go through the mountains. These mountains right here. What you do is, instead of going straight, you would go this way to San Bernardino, and then you go to San Bernardino right here. You continue and you go this way through the mountains. You go the front way. There is an instrument approach into Big Bear, but it's around the backside. And it's like, so we're going to be VFR for sure. I say we do Big Bear, man. That would be dope. And then maybe we do Big Bear to Palm Springs. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the way to go. Because I was thinking Palm Springs to San Diego, and we do the instrument approach into Palomar from Julian. It's the Julian, I believe it's either an initial approach fix or a PSP or a feeder route. I forget, but okay. So delete that thermal. And then, oh yeah, yeah. And then actually we want to delete that too then. We want to delete this. And we want to go from a beam. No. Well, in that case, we're going to climb high as fuck. We're going to go to 9,500, so it doesn't really matter. We can actually go to the VOR. Santa Ana Canyon Pass, VOR, track the VOR to San Bernardino, and then actually let's go to Redlands instead. And then we're going through the mountains to Big Bear. From Big Bear, that's a way cooler idea, dude. In Microsoft Flight Sim, we got to do it. Plus, it looks so beautiful right now, dude. Oh my god, I don't know how updated the photo realistic whatever is, but yeah. So then we'll depart out of here to the east. We'll go around these mountains here, and I'm thinking we catch this airway to Palm Springs VOR, and then we land Palm Springs. That looks sick. That looks sick. You know what we could do too is do some pattern work at Big Bear as well, and see, and like we can make it warmer there, and you can see the difference in performance, like the true airspeed and stuff. Dude, and you know what? Yucca Valley too. Let's do Yucca Valley, and then Yucca to Palm Springs. That looks cool, man. That looks really cool. So, Long Beach, 9,500 feet. We'll go in top of climb at 9,500 feet is like, I don't even know. Let's take a look at the POH. We'll do it in a oh, what should we do it in? We should do it in yeah, we'll do it in a 172. That's fine. I got my nav stuff to work in the 44 and did my mock check ride with the VOR Alpha and the localizer ILS 17 for the sim. So cool, dude. So cool. Did you make any important mistakes that now you know, like to watch out for or whatever? I mean, you're an instrument rated already, so I know you know what's going on, but I mean, in terms of teaching, you know, in terms of teaching the things. It is pretty cool, though. You're right. Technology. So right now I'm in the POH of the airplane, and I'm looking up time, distance, and fuel to climb to 9,500 feet. And I'm going for the instrument rating Saturday. Long term is the CFI. Oh. Oh. I thought you were... Oh. I thought you were doing the double I. Like, right, I thought you were doing that on Saturday. Oh, Gotcha. Oh, good for you, buddy. Good for you then, man. Yeah, the instrument rating's fucking real deal, dude. Yeah, yeah, good luck, dude. Everybody, yeah, good luck. Good luck. Time, distance, and fuel. Let's between 9 and 10,000. This is at standard. This is at standard temperature, right? It says standard temperature. First of all, you know the way that we read charts here in anything in the POH. Make sure it's the right one that we want. Understanding it's at max gross, standard temperature, right? And so we're gonna add, you know, for flight planning purposes, we would add that fuel for the taxi and the takeoff. And then for every 10 degrees Celsius, adding 10%. Mainly what I want to figure out is how much distance is it going to take me, not really how much time, although in the flight planning process you would want to know everything, but I just want to know like whereabouts is my top of climb, the point going to be. So it looks like it's going to be like 25 miles away. And it's going to be probably a little bit... Actually, it's been pretty close to standard recently. Let's see. Up at... How does... What... Temperature... let's look and see, actually, right now. If we did regular... if we did actual conditions. I'll make it daytime, because you don't want to be doing that at night, for sure. Fucking dude. Up at 10,000... so what? It's 9,000. It's 9 degrees at 6,000 feet. At 6,000 feet, right? It's 2 degrees per 1,000 feet. We saw last time when we were talking about the altimeter. We were talking about the standard, standard pressure, standard temperature, but also the standard rate at which pressure decreases with altitude, and the standard temperature, the standard rate that temperature decreases with altitude as well. And that rate of temperature decrease with altitude is 2 degrees Celsius per 1,000 feet. For every 1,000 feet you climb, temperature standard is supposed to decrease 2 degrees Celsius per 1,000 feet, starting at 15 degrees Celsius. So if we're up at 6,000 feet, 6 times 2 is 12. 15 minus 12 is 3. It should be 3, but it's 9. Should be 3 Celsius, but it's 9. So it's 6 degrees above standard. Might be worth it if you're on that side of 5. It might be worth it to add 10% for each 10 degrees above standard, just to kind of get a conservative number. I mean, it's not super close to 10 degrees, but I mean, it's close enough. It's definitely on that side of 5. So 25 plus, you know, 3 would be 28 miles. So let's look and see what's like 25 to 30 miles away. So here's 9, and that's going to be, if that's 10, that's 23. So, oh, interesting. So our top of climb actually is the dam. It's going to be like somewhere between Santa Ana Canyon Pass and Prado Dam. Somewhere in here we'll reach 9,000 feet, which is nice because we'll be out of the Bravo. Oh my fucking god, dude. Don't you dare start barking, dude. Yeah, dude. Okay, cool, man. So yeah, our top of climb there, and then the cool thing is the top of descent is like you would do it, but you don't need to trip about it at all, because look at what's going on here, man. For fuck's sake. Look what's going on. It's a 6,700 foot field elevation. TPA, I want to say, is 8,000 feet. Or what is it? Yeah. Yeah, I've been there a few times. So TPA is 8,000 feet, roughly. So, you know, with 1,500, we're going to be up at 9,005. With, you know, 1,500 feet to lose, it's like you have this super long stretch of space between when you pop out of, because this is in reality, this is what we're going to be doing. And then this right here, this area is the, there's a dam right here. And so this distance right here is 8 miles. You know what I mean? So by the time you need to get down from 9,005 to 8,000 feet, not a problem. Not a problem to do that over here over the water. Now, noise abatement wise, you want to do this when you're researching an airport. They have an interesting kind of noise abatement thing going on. So we just want to be aware of how we need to get, you know, maneuver like around and like clear of the city and all that stuff. So let's see here. Arrivals, runway 26 from the west. That'll be us right here. Which will be really nice because this is all like skiing and like resorts and stuff. It's really, really, really pretty. And they're just telling us to like, go screw ourselves and like don't bother all the people in here. And then what you want to do is avoid, I think these are schools. Yeah. So runway 8, please avoid the round school and playground on final approach. Stay south. Okay. On final approach. That's if you're landing runway 8, but see, like, I want to say a west arrival. Yeah, here we go. All right, cool. This is a little bit better. Literally the same thing. Okay. Okay. Well, in any event, these are I know for a fact these are like schools right here. So, I guess what we'll do is we'll take, it looks like this is like a golf course or something like that. Let's actually take a look at the Google Maps and see what the hell is really going on. So we're coming in here. Yeah, it's a golf course. Okay, cool. Dude, imagine going to Big Bear to play golf. Jesus Christ. So here's the dam, like I was saying. We're going to come in. There's San Bernardino. Let's see. San Bernardino Airport. We're going to go this way, just following this ravine kind of thing. And then, is there a way I can, like... There we go. Yeah, baby. So we'll come in this way, and it'll just be super obvious, like, you know, where to go, where to fly, where to not fly. It'll be trippy because these mountains right here will be higher than we are, or like the same altitude. You know, it's like a 10,000 foot mountain, so some of them will be higher. We'll come in this way, and there's the dam right there. For my South Park, fans, I broke the dam. So there's the dam right there, and looks like we're going to be sticking to over here. Right, so here we are coming this way, just around the city at like the foot of the mountains here. And then at the, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, cool. So what we'll do is at the golf course, we're going to turn in and then stay to the south of these schools here. So we will turn in, and then over Sugarloaf right here, we'll, there's the golf course, we'll turn in, get in the pattern and fly a downwind and a base around, it looks like these schools right here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's Sugarloaf. So Sugarloaf, basically turn a downwind to base at the road there. That road right there. So downwind, base, and then final. And that'll be really good too, to kind of like manage our descent and all that stuff on like a nice extended final. And then what we'll do is we'll take off out of here. We'll do a lap in the pattern. Looks like it's left traffic for runway 26. So left traffic for 26. We'll just do a left pattern here. Of course it is. And then we'll get out of here. We'll depart this way to the east. Catch this. There we go. Wait, shit. Oh, here we go. So yeah, we'll depart out of here. Left downwind departure. Climb to something. And then oh yeah, no problem, man. No, this is gonna be really great. Dagon. We're going to finish up Gyro Instruments, and then we're gonna do a community cross country flight in 2020 to Big Bear, and then go from Big Bear to Palm Springs. It's gonna be super sick. Okay. So yeah, we'll do a left downwind out of Big Bear. We'll do a lap in the pattern, left downwind, climb to probably, I don't know, 50 or probably 7,000. Let's look at terrain. Ooh. We're right over a 7,000 foot peak, so probably, I don't know. I'm thinking 7,500. Just to, and we'll just get around that mountain, and then we'll pop out the other side, because then it's all flat, you know. It's like 7,000, or I'm sorry, it's like 3,000 feet or something in here. We'll go direct to Yucca, L22. We'll fly some pattern work there at Yucca, and it looks like there's no weather reporting there, so we'll just have to see here. Ooh, Dagon's check ride in March. Awesome. Shari, by the way, passed his oral, and they had to discontinue due to weather, which I was like, for an instrument rating, you know? But nice job. Yeah, Dagon, awesome. PPL, dude, super sick. You know what? In March, you know what? In February, let's hit it hard then with maybe some like VFR or a navlog planning. You know, we'll fill out a navlog. We'll look at aircraft. Maybe we'll do a performance day, VOR navigation. Let me know if there's stuff that you'd like me to cover. We can make it beneficial for everybody. Yeah, negative ATIS. That's actually a really, really good suggestion. Know the ACS. Just know the tricky questions. I think know your regs. You know your regs and know your personal minimums. And you know what I mean? Like, know what personal minimums are. Know how you set them. Like, come with them written down. And know those regs, dude. Like, you know, it's good. You know, required inspections. Know how to address, like, you know, inoperative equipment. That 91.213. Know your plane, Vox. That's a really, really good one. You know. Yeah, that too. Yeah. I just don't, I'm not a fan of, like, it doesn't help anybody to be like, just know everything and then you're good, you know? First of all, it's not true. You don't need to know everything, you know? You're gonna make mistakes and it's okay. So, anyway, yeah. Ooh, stream froze on him. We're gonna have to, like, get him on when he comes back. So anyway, yeah, you guys, and we'll brief this again. I need to actually learn how to generate a file, like a cross-country file, like a PLN file that I could share with you guys in the Discord. So I'm going to figure that out and do that next time, because right now you guys should be able to, you know, load that in and do that for yourself. But just so you guys, I do have it right here. So yeah, so Long Beach, Fullerton, basically Corona, or not Corona, excuse me. Santa Ana Canyon Pass, Paradise. Let's do right here. We'll make a checkpoint over the freeway intersection, and then Redlands to Big Bear. Pattern work at Big Bear. Catch fly out of here on a 083 magnetic to this airway. Once we're on that airway, we'll cut over to Yucca. We'll cross Yucca. Actually, let's figure out what altitude we're going to be crossing Yucca at. What we want to do is be 500 feet above TPA, because it's a left pattern for runway 24. Or I'm sorry, it's left traffic. It's left traffic for 24. So you want to cross 500 feet above TPA to get on to reverse course and get on the downwind. So it looks like TPA, it doesn't say, so we're just going to go with 1,000 feet. Yeah. Attended regularly. So it doesn't say. There's just the CTAF right there on 1-2. This is very straightforward, like non-towered airport. So field elevation is 3224, so we'll come in at 4,200 feet, or excuse me, 37. No, because 42 is going to be TPA. So yeah, 47 is 500 feet above. 42 is 1,000 feet above. And then 500 above that is 4,700 feet. 4,700 feet, what we'll do is we'll cross midfield and then do a descending turn onto the 45 downwind and announce our radio position, or announce our positions over the CTAF of 123.0. And out of there, we'll do a left crosswind departure direct to the Palm Springs VOR. Get on with maybe some flight following to Palm Springs. And then it looks like Palm Springs is landing the 3-1s. Yeah, 3-1 left and right. We could even do whatever your choice. 3-1 right actually isn't that bad of a runway. 75 by 5,000, which is a little long, skinny. So that'll be a really cool flight, man. That'll be a really, really cool flight. So let's get to it. The sooner we get through instruments, the sooner we can do this. All right. So, looking at the gyro, so let's review a little bit. So we've got the pedostatic. We started yesterday with the last week with the pedostatic instruments. We said that these instruments here work off of the principle of doing things with air pressure, and as air pressure changes, there's a diaphragm inside each of these instruments that's allowed to expand or contract, and that makes them do something that tells them, that makes them move, and that's how they work, right? They're going to tell you, as you climb, the diaphragm in the altimeter is allowed to expand, and it's linked up in a way that the needles on the face move, or as you climb faster and faster, or at a certain rate of climb, the difference in pressure in the VSI causes the diaphragm in there to let me see. So you're there's relative high pressure actually around the diaphragm, causing that VSI to get squeezed down, that diaphragm to get squeezed down, and that registers as a rate of climb. And the greater the difference in pressure in that instrument, the more squeezing is going down or the more expanding is going on. The quicker it's it's telling you that you're climbing or descending, accordingly, like more quickly or more slowly. Same thing with the airspeed indicator. There's a diaphragm inside that as we move forward faster and faster, we send more air into the pitot tube, and that pitot tube, that the total pressure in there causes a diaphragm to expand, and that registers as airspeed increasing. That the difference in pressure causes that airspeed indicator to show a certain airspeed. So the reason why you need a difference in pressure for this instrument is you need something because you need it's the difference in pressure that matters. So like what happens is outside of the diaphragm is static air, and inside the diaphragm from the pitot tube also includes static air. Right, in the total pressure of the air that's coming in through the pitot tube, that includes static air pressure, but there's additional air in the pitot tube, additionally to in addition to static air, that is being sent into that diaphragm. So it's the difference between total and static that is measured, and let's see here. Monday can't do 4 to 6 or 4 to 6:30 if you want at 2 to 5 block. I can do either let's do 2.5 noise. $152 is running great. So do that. Right, so the diaphragm in the airspeed indicator is measuring the difference in pressure between total pressure in the pitot tube and the static pressure from the static port. Nah. Cool. Okay, so yeah, as what I was saying, like, so differences in air pressure. So air pressure causes these diaphragms to move. We reviewed that what we mean by the pitot-static system, and we said that it was a system that consists of the static port, the pitot tube, the pitot-static instruments, and let me back up a little bit. So the static port, of course, right? Static port being hooked up to all three of these instruments, and then an alternate static source for if that static source gets clogged, or blocked. That would be vented to the inside of the cockpit, and it's a valve that you're able to actuate to just pull on it, open up something to the inside of the cabin, and there you go. It's packed, so I don't think we can fly that day. So I'll schedule ground and then. Boom. Perfect. Awesome. So you got that option there. If the static port is blocked, pulling the alternate static source restores functionality to the altimeter, the VSI, and the airspeed indicator. Pitot tube is the only one, the airspeed indicator is the only one with both the static port and the pitot tube hooked up to it. We were saying that there's the difference in pressure that's needing to be measured at the airspeed indicator. Pitot tube is often heated, this heating element right here. Right? Okay. We talked about some of the errors of the altimeter, saying that we need to be aware of high temperature to low temperature, and high pressure to low pressure. High pressure to low, flight into or out of areas, of different pressure. We need to understand that we need an updated altimeter setting, because if we don't update our altimeter setting and we fly into an area of different pressure, our indicated altitude will be off. And we will climb or descend accordingly in order to maintain our altitude, right? But we don't realize that we are actually deviating from level flight. I think there's enough people in here. I'll do it again if I get rated, but I just wanted everybody to know that, dude, I'm so proud of my girlfriend, man. So this woman brought herself out of a really bad situation, where that from before I knew her, and decided to to empower herself by getting herself educated out of a really bad spot, for reasons it doesn't really matter, because what matters is that she took the initiative to get herself educated, get a bachelor's degree, being a full-time like parent, really in a really tough spot, full-time single parent, and in a really, really tough spot, got the bachelor's degree, and through a series of jobs and experiences that like allowed her to evolve and gain more experience and greater tools to to do more and more work. She's landed this dope job where she's at right now, doing basically heading the marketing department for a company that does maintenance on like 747s and shit, like serious aircraft. So she got this education. She's super sick at what she does. But, dude, she is not fucking done yet, dude. So I'm so proud of her because she, in not being fucking done yet, decided to enroll in a master's program that started today. And I just wanted to shout her out on this. Almost said this podcast. I wanted to shout her out, and I'll do it again if I get rated by one of these guys that are on right now, and we get a bunch of people. But I just wanted to say that I'm so proud of her, for the situation that she pulled herself out of and what she's doing to empower herself and equip herself with tools for success to continue growing, and say fuck that shit to that shit that she was dealing with before. Fuck all of that. Fuck being trapped, and fuck not being in control of my shit. And, dude, congrats to her, like, everybody. So I just wanted to, we know that it's, like, good vibes only here, and we build each other up, and we support each other. And, it's just super, super important that we acknowledge that, each other's stuff. And so, mad respect to continuing to press forward and go through with that master's program. That's super, super dope. Two beautiful little kids that she's got. So, it's just, I don't know. I'm always like in awe of her. And so, I will gladly repeat myself if I get rated and we get, 60 people in here or whatever. So we talked about the difference. So one of the errors, so the temperature and the non-standard temperature and the non-standard pressure errors with the altimeter, and what we can do about the non-standard pressure issue, is update our altimeter setting. That's what's really important. And you can watch that previous video to kind of for a more detailed discussion about like this picture and what's going on here, but with remembering that pressure decreases an inch per 1,000 feet, with the altimeter setting at 29.92 inches out of Santa Barbara, the correct altimeter setting, we climb 1,000 feet. The pressure outside of the diaphragm's 28.92, measures 1,000 feet correctly, right? Let's see. We. The problem is if you have the altimeter set to 29.92 and it's not 29.92 over in Hawthorne, and the pressure on the ground is 28.92, then you're gonna follow this 1,000-foot indicated altitude all the way down to the ground. This is kind of a different way to look at it, where for a given pressure level, 5,000 or whatever, 4,000 foot pressure level, as temperature decreases, or I should say, well, that was pressure that we were talking about, but it's the same thing. As pressure decreases, the aircraft thinks that it's higher than it is, so you will continue to descend as you follow a level 1,000-foot pressure level. Same thing with temperature. As temperature decreases, pressure levels drop, and the altimeter thinks that it's higher than it really is, so you end up descending, right? High to low, look out below. Looked at all the different types of altitude. We looked at the VSI. We said that it gives you immediate trend information. The movement of the needle is immediately correct, but the rate information there's a huge lag associated with the rate of climb or the rate of descent. Is it 500 feet a minute? Is 700 feet a minute? We talked about that last time, that there's a lag associated with the VSI. We also talked about where the difference in pressure comes from with the VSI specifically. We talked about the airspeed indicator. You need to know some of these. You need to know all of these color-coded markings on here. We've got the stall speed in the dirty configuration, stall speed in the clean configuration, flap operating speed right there, maximum structural cruising speed right there, fastest speed that you can go in turbulent air. This is the speeds that are permissible only in smooth air and then never exceed right there. Differential pressure instrument, that as we fly through the air and build up that pressure in the pitot tube, that balloon expands. Let's see here. Monday. Okay, cool. Sweet. As that expands, the airspeed indicator registers a higher and higher airspeed. We ended up here at the airspeed indicator saying that as we climb, the air gets thinner as we climb, and the problem with that is the airspeed indicator is a air molecule counter, essentially, and the more air molecules it counts, by you going faster, it registers faster and faster speeds. The issue is as the air gets thinner, there's less air molecules for it to count for a given airspeed, for a given, so what ends up happening is as the air gets thinner and the airplane's more easily able to fly through the air obstructed, for a given indicated airspeed, you are necessarily flying a faster, truer airspeed. So for example, all four of these airplanes are flying at 100 knots indicated, and we're going to see this today when we're coming into Big Bear, by the way. 100 knots indicated, but as you look at aircraft flying higher and higher, their true airspeed increases. Like the difference between indicated and true airspeed increases with increasing altitude. So, we need to understand that coming in 65 knots indicated into Big Bear, we're going to be going faster, and we'll make it even warmer, and we'll break out the E6B to figure out what the density altitude is and what the true airspeed actually is. But we're going to be coming in at 65 knots. I'm not going to be surprised, depending on how warm we make it, if it's 70 or 75, 74 or something. Then we talked about the blockages. All right, cool. So looking at the gyro instruments, on the other hand, right? The airspeed indicator, altimeter, VSI, pitot-static instruments working on air pressure. These instruments are not working on, well, I should say they're not working on pressure from the atmosphere. But these are what are known as gyroscopic instruments. And what that means is instead of these ones, which are as pressure changes around the diaphragm, Each of these has a diaphragm that's allowed to expand or contract. That's not what's going on in the guts of these instruments. What's in the guts of these instruments is a rapidly spinning disc that's mounted and in a certain way, so as to as the airplane moves, it, you know, for these instruments, for example, as the airplane moves around the gyro, the spinning disc, very fast spinning disc, stays in place, and we are getting attitude and heading information based on those discs spinning in place and the airplane moving around those discs, which we call gyroscopes. We'll look at a video of a gyroscope right now. This is also a gyroscopic instrument, but it doesn't work off of the principle of the spinning disc staying in the gyro staying in place, which it does. It's mounted, but it works off of the principle of the fact that anytime you have something that's rotating really quickly, really fast, be it a gyroscope, be it a top, be it a propeller, be it a helicopter rotor, anytime you go to disturb that rapidly rotating object and deflect it out of its plane of rotation, there's a wobbling that accompanies it all the time. It's why tops wobble. So whereas these work off of the principle of these gyros spinning in place and remaining in place, and the airplane moving around these gyros, this one works around utilizing the fact that when we bank an airplane, we cause it to wobble the gyro to wobble in a certain way, and we measure that. It's mounted in a way where as we go to bank, we're given it wants to wobble a certain way, and this airplane is deflected. The wings of the miniature airplane are deflected in a certain way. So that's really neat. Okay, so let's take a look at a video of a gyro, and for those of you that haven't seen one, yeah, we'll come back to this. Oh, dude. Oh, that was from 4 years ago. I want to see more Eddie Bravo conspiracy talk stuff, dude. Shit is so fucking funny, but he's serious. Cool. All right. Gyroscope. Yeah, okay, cool. It's pretty cool. Ah, this is great. Here, let's check this out. This fucking dog, dude. I'm sorry if you guys hear that goddamn dog. All fucking day, dude.
FlyMikeAlpha.com, and today we're going to be taking a nice close look here at our attitude indicator. So exactly what makes it up and how it works.
I actually haven't seen this video, so I hope it's good.
So you should already know that this is a vacuum-powered instrument. So obviously in the back here, we're going to have a vacuum line in, and then we're going to have air inlets. So the vacuum is actually pulling air out, and then air is flowing in, usually through this little filter here, some sort of filter there to make sure it's clean air going into the instrument. And of course, this one's had a little bit of a rough life. We have our little knob that adjusts the horizon line up and down for us, so we can configure it based on what attitude the aircraft's flying at. And if we take all that off, we get to our glass and our little O-ring, because of course this entire instrument is under vacuum, so it's totally under suction on the inside there. And if we go ahead and pull this guy out the back, we'll get to the inner workings of the instrument. So for starters, looking at the face here, we can see that we obviously have the pitch component of this.
This is so cool.
And we have a roll component. So the way this instrument is set up, it can actually roll a full 360. Of course, that would be quite a wild ride. And then we have a limited pitch component. So we can see that if we tilt this gyro here on the inside that I'm holding with my right hand, if I start to tilt that, I get to a max of about 20 degrees nose down. And if I tilt it even more, you don't see the actual face of the instrument moving at all. So although the instrument knows that you're tilting more than 20 degrees, it limits the indication to about 20 degrees or so. Now, if we were to go even farther, say we were trying to do a loop, that's when our gyro would hit its limit. And when the gyro hits its limit, that's when the instrument tumbles and gives us really bad information. So during a spin or during loops and things like that, gyro instruments do not indicate so well because they don't like doing spins like that. So to take a closer look at this, we said we have air flowing in through here, vacuum pressure, suction right here. So this entire instrument, everything in here is under suction. So air is being pulled out of the instrument, coming in through there, in through here, through this arm right here, into the little gyro housing. And if we rotate that over there, and we remove these little limiters,
This is actually really cool. I haven't seen something like this, like, actually up close and, like, totally taken apart. This is dope.
So this is what actually spins around inside there. That big spinning brass weight is what gives it rigidity in space. Obviously it has to spin pretty fast, thousands of RPM, to really have any sort of gyroscopic effect and create that rigidity in space. So since we have air pressure flowing in through here, coming through this arm there, into the instrument, then there's sort of some cuts in that brass weight to make the airflow as it flows around there. The airflow is actually coming in through here and then exiting through these little slots here to the rest of the instrument that's under suction and then going out the back of the case. Now, to see this work a little bit, we'll go ahead and use our handy Dyson to create some suction and see just how fast we can spin this gyro. And now the gyro wants to remain rigid in space. So as we turn the airplane and rotate and bank it and pitch it, it wants to remain rigid in space, giving us good, accurate indications as to where we actually are.
How cool is that, dude?
To the horizon. You can see that if I actually try to turn the instrument, that gyroscopic precession converts any sort of turning motion, 90 degrees in direction of rotation, actually makes it want to pitch. So that's why if there's any sort of resistance in the instrument, it's not going to indicate accurately. It needs to be nice and free, moving around that axis with very nice, precise bearings. Movements in the aircraft, say like actually do a full loop, you can see that the instrument's not going to be too happy, and it's going to start giving us very strange, odd indications.
Yeah, that thing looks pissed off.
That is when a attitude indicator tumbles from making aggressive pitch or bank inputs. Now take a look at what the gyro actually looks like as we pull it out here. You can see
whoa, no shit. Look at that.
And what the idea is there is that as air flows through the air inlet, like we said, through this armature here, into this chamber, through that little opening there, this little hole on the side there, it then will flow past these vanes, spinning the gyro up, and then exit this little chamber through these little slots here. So just a simple airflow over these vanes is what causes the gyro to spin.
Love it. Look at that. That's awesome.
So that's pretty much it for your attitude indicator. Those are the basic parts and pieces. Really just a very simple suction instrument. As long as you have suction going to it, that gyro is going to spin and it'll indicate properly. Now, if any of these little things get bent in here, anything comes disconnected, obviously there's a lot of small, very precise parts and pieces and connections in there that can cause the instrument to go bad. But ultimately, as long as these things have suction, they work pretty good. Obviously, dirt can get in there and make the gyro spin slower, making it not indicate properly. So that's really it. If you have any questions about this at all, guys, leave them in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to get back to you. Make sure you check out our complete private pilot online ground school at fly8mikealpha.com to see more instrument videos explained. Check out our YouTube channel as well. Make sure you give us a like.
That's freaking awesome, dude. One thing I want to look at is the turn coordinator. Let's check this out. I like his explanation. It's really nice.
So you want to be a pilot? What an amazing...
You want to be a pilot?
John from fly8mikealpha.com, and today we're looking at the inner workings of a turn coordinator. So we can see we have an electric motor inside there spinning that brass gimbal or that brass weight around, and that is giving us a gyroscopic force. And you can see that although when we tilt this left and right, we get a little bit of indication as towards our bank, it's really more about when the whole aircraft changes its heading, showing us the rate of turn. So
yeah, buddy, look at that.
I see a small
He's not even
rate,
banking it.
faster to the right. I see a greater rate. And it's just the tendency of that gyro inside there to resist the turning motion and in turn turn it
How
into
cool
the
is that,
motion
dude?
that we read on our instrument. So it's an electrically driven instrument. We're relying on electricity to spin our electric motor there. And as that electric motor spins, it spins that brass weight, which gives us rigidity in space. And that rigidity in space is what gives this instrument its ability to tell us our bank or
Well, no,
it's
the precession that does that, by the way.
From the electrical source, but when we plug it back in, the little
It's
flag
not
will go
rigidity
away.
in
So
space. It's the
it is
precession that
totally
does that,
possible
but
to have
that's
that little
dope
flag
that
go
he's
on,
showing you.
have electricity provided to this instrument, and not have the instrument working at all, because although electricity may be provided to make that little flag go away, the motor itself could burn up, or basically the brushes could get old, and that's exactly what happened to this one, and that's why it's being pulled out of the aircraft and replaced with a brand new model. This one just has run for thousands of hours from 1991 till now, and had plenty of black dirt from the worn out brushes when we pulled it out. So basically, you can see just your normal electric motor in there with your brushes, and then your weight on this side, and just that tendency of the weight to spin around and very fast creates a gyroscopic force that gives you your bank information. And of course, our ball works regardless. That's simply just a slipskid indicator that as there's centrifugal force, or in this case, just normal gravity pulling the ball one way or another, it's going to indicate. So the ball does not need electricity or vacuum to run, and this little instrument is, just as it says at the top there, DC electric, no pitch information, just bank information.
Hey guys, thanks so much
Sick.
for watching, and thank you so
That's
much
a great
for
one,
joining us on
dude.
Facebook, Twitter, and all the other social media sites.
Great one. So, yeah, I mean, there you go, right? So we were just like we were saying, rigidity in space is the principle for these two, and gyroscopic precession for the other ones. So, yeah, hey man, if it works, it works. Imagine inventing that, you know, and realizing you're like, holy shit, we have something here. You know, this is something that's really, really good, you know. I wonder if they knew then that it would be like such like an ass kicking you know, technology like to that effect. Probably not. So yeah, from a system standpoint, it's the vacuum system that drives the gyro for the attitude and the heading indicator. As you guys saw, the vacuum system will be what sucks the air out of a steady stream of air that's sucking in out of the instrument, and that steady stream of airflow rushing against those ridges will cause that gyro to spin. There are some systems that will not be suction. It will actually be pressure that is forcing air in, but in pushing it rather than pulling the air out. The Duchess was one of those. I was surprised when it said pressure on the gauge, and that is because it's a positive, not a vacuum situation. But it's a vacuum pump, but the pressure is used, it's sent in versus pulled out. So it's really interesting. But it is the vacuum system that is powering the gyros for both of those. And then yeah, the battery for the turn coordinator. We'll do systems another time, but it just needs to be said that, like, you know, an engine or I'm sorry, a vacuum fail that will result in these no longer being operative, and a battery fail will result in this not being operative. The way that I kind of think about the steady stream of airflow over the ridges of the outside of the gyro is kind of like a water wheel, where, you know, if you have the flow of water over these ridges in this wheel, and you're going to turn that in, you know, that shaft is going to be used for something. It's going to be hooked up to a shaft with gears on it that does something else. And so, yeah, you can, you know, think of it that way. What's going on? Why? That's great, but how is the wheel spinning? here's a diagram of the vacuum system. So it's a vacuum pump. You know, it's a vacuum pump, a relief valve, so you don't just like damage stuff. But yeah, the air is brought in through a filter, going to the instrument through the channels that you saw in those videos. Those are spun up, and it's all drawn in from this vacuum pump right here, and that's really good. You want to understand for gyroscopic instruments, like these two things, like we were saying, rigidity in space and precession. Precession is something that is a little more difficult to understand, but really what it's all about is that we were talking about it's the wobbling effect on a rotating object as a result of a force applied to it that is going to deflect it out of its plane of rotation. You're going to apply a force to that spinning object, and it's not going to like that at all. It's going to resist it with a little bit of a wobble. Now that resistance is where that resistance comes from, and like where that resistance occurs is known. So like when you apply that force to deflect that rotating object out of its plane of rotation, the force applied is experienced 90 degrees ahead of its plane of rotation. So like you can see here, you can see the plane of rotation right here. You know, this is an object that's spinning. This might as well be a propeller if you're sitting back here looking forward. This is a clockwise spinning propeller. If you were to pitch down, it would be basically the same thing as if you were up at the top of that spinning. If the propeller was essentially like a plate or a frisbee or something, and you went to the top of that propeller and you pushed on the top of it to push that nose down, 90 degrees ahead of the plane of where the force was applied, sticking to the plane of rotation, here's where the force was applied. And then boom, down here, 90 degrees is right here. That is why, due to gyroscopic precession, anytime we pitch the airplane, there is a yawing that occurs. And the next time you're in the flight sim, you can test this out. And with the wings level, you can pitch down or pitch up abruptly, and you'll see the heading indicator move. And what's happening there is, as you pitch, there is a yawing force that occurs. So you can see here, pitching down, applying that force to the top, results in a left yaw, and so pitching up results in a right yaw. Right, pitching up would be a force applied down here, 90 degrees ahead of the plane of in the plane of rotation is right there. Boom, right yaw. So, and consequently, yawing motions result in pitching, right? If you apply the force here and stomp on that rudder, on that right rudder right here, right? It would be right rudder, because imagine applying a force right here, boom, pushing that to the right, right? So that would be right rudder. 90 degrees ahead of on the plane of rotation, 90 degrees ahead of where the force was applied is up top. So pitching down would be the result, you see. So it's an interesting kind of phenomenon. It's why tops wobble. So we just want to make sure to understand that the turn coordinator utilizes that principle, the gyroscopic precession. We saw that it was it canted in that 30 degree. It was kind of on an angle there. And as he banks it, it showed banking, but as he yawed it, it also showed as there was a rate of turn and a changing of heading, essentially, that the precession caused those wings to deflect, even though there was no banking going on. So that's really interesting. What would be the use of it if it shows that you're banking and you're not banking? How is that useful? It's because it doesn't show you uh roll and the rate. Okay, we don't really get into it right here, but it doesn't show you whether the, I mean, it does show you if the airplane's banking or not, because normally you don't just, you don't turn with the rudder. How do I not have like a good picture of a turn coordinator in here? It does show you bank, but it doesn't show you bank angle. What it shows you is rate of turn. It shows you the rate of turn. And so as you yaw the airplane and bank the airplane, and basically as you change your heading, that change in direction causes that, and the precession that is an effect of that change causes the wings of the miniature airplane to deflect, and the instrument has been calibrated such that this miniature airplane will, the wings of this miniature airplane will be pegged on these lines right here when the rate of that turn is 3 degrees per second. And that is useful. Whether you're banking or not, it doesn't really matter. Like it does, we know that normally we bank using aileron and rudder, coordinated aileron and rudder, right? But what this is really showing you is your rate of turn, which is extremely useful. However you're making that turn, okay? That's why, like, think about it, when you're actually when you're taxiing to the runway and you taxi to the side to get onto the taxiway, the wings deflect, but you're not banking, So we actually already know that this happens. We're not used to really paying attention to it, maybe in pre-flight, or I'm sorry, pre-takeoff, when we're taxiing. So yeah, it's important to understand what this instrument is telling us and what it's not telling us. It is not telling us bank angle. It is not telling us bank angle. It's true that, in a standard rate turn at, 90 or 100, 110 knots, 120 knots, somewhere in there, that your bank angle, if you're a standard rate turn, your bank angle is about 15 degrees. But this does not tell you bank angle. It doesn't. You are, first of all, by you doing that, you're inferring that it's 15 degrees, okay? What this is telling you is rate of turn, rate of bank. If you go to deflect the wings really quickly, yeah, these wings will deflect really quickly. Rate of turn, rate of bank, and quality of turn. How coordinated is your turn, and that's reflected not by the miniature airplane, but by the inclinometer right here, making sure that all the, as he said, that the centrifugal force and the horizontal component of lift are balanced. Nice. The attitude indicator. This is the most error-free instrument, despite what he was saying about tumbling and stuff like that. Yeah, that's true. Like, you don't want to be doing loops in anything that isn't aerobatic. Not because you don't want to, harm the attitude indicator. It's because you don't want to, like, break the airplane. But it's true that the attitude indicator is the most error-free. This does show you bank angle. It shows you pitch and bank information. The attitude indicator is graduated in terms of degrees of pitch and degrees of bank up here. Pitching here and banking here. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 45 is right in here, and then 60 right there. Okay? And these are usually like, 10 degrees or, 5 or 10 degrees in here. Cool. And that's exactly what you saw, essentially, right? There was a housing right here that, protects the gyro, but just so you can see inside, the idea is that, we're going to spin this up, move the casing around the gyro itself, right, as the airplane moves, and it's mounted in a way where, as that gyro, as the airplane moves around the spinning disc, that movement is reflected into the attitude card, the attitude indication card, on the front that is linked to the mounts there. It's the same thing with the heading indicator. Now this one is this. There are errors associated with the heading indicator that we definitely need to be aware of. As we said, this is the this instrument operates like the attitude indicator. Like the attitude indicator. I don't know why I said that like I was from some other country. Like the attitude indicator, this instrument operates on it's a vacuum instrument operating on the principle of rigidity in space. Same thing, just mounted in a different plane. Because if you think about it, it's showing you your heading, right? But you're changing headings like this, but the indication is doing this. So what's up with that, right? It's not a compass that's doing that, right? So it's got to be mounted in a different plane, so that as you're doing this, it's rotating that way. But there are major errors with this. That gyro on the inside, as we go to change heading, doing as we change heading and or change our attitude as we pitch and basically do things to move the heading indicator out of its plane of rotation, there's precession going on. And that wobbling, that precession, that rigidity that it has to remain in place causes friction at these points of connection on this rod right here. There's friction that's created, and that friction, there's heat generated in that friction. And what happens is that when the heat is created and dissipates, it carries with the heat dissipating, it carries some of that rotational energy that it had. Some of that rotational energy is transformed into heat and lost. And so there are these moments. So if you're moving the airplane around a lot, there are these moments where, the RPM has actually decreased due to the gyroscopic precession and the subsequent friction as a result of that. So, what we need to do is make sure to incorporate the heading indicator and magnetic compass check, the cross-checking of these two instruments. We want to incorporate that into our routine systems. Every 15 minutes we do like a systems check. Really, I do it continuously, but I mean, you definitely want to make a habit of every 15, 20 minutes or whatever, checking your systems, making sure everything's okay, incorporating a heading indicator to compass check. And, when you see that it's off, you would use that adjustment knob right here to push the knob in and then rotate around to set your heading indicator to your compass. What you don't want to do is set your heading indicator to a compass that's in motion, that's also going through a lot of errors. I was going to go through the magnetic compass tonight, but I don't think I'm going to. We're already an hour and a half in. Let's just hop in the plane. Let's get flying to Big Bear, dude. But yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you're aware of that error. That's a super large error. And I think it's really easy to forget that error. It's really easy to be so task saturated with the radio and getting the ATIS and watching for traffic and keeping track of time and your fuel and even if you do remember to look at your systems, you're like, you're like, oh, is my electrical okay? That you neglect, you assume that this is going to be working all the time. It's really easy to forget, but build it into your systems check and you'll be okay. Sweet. Magnetic compass, there's a lot of errors associated with it. If you guys want, I could come back to this. I'm going to set myself up for the sim. I could come back if there's, I know there's folks in here doing check rides, instrument check ride, private pilot check ride. If you want me to come back to the compass, I can. Otherwise, I'm going to set myself up here for flight from Long Beach to Big Bear in 2020, community flight. So you guys get your sims ready. Let's get to it, dude. And I'm gonna be using the 172, the Cessna 172. So you guys fly whatever you like. I'm gonna use the analog 172. I'm gonna be doing some VOR stuff probably along the way. How magnet compass errors. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. All right. It's only accurate on straight and level flight. No, that's not true. In fact, you could be straight and level flight and a large acceleration on east or west heading, and it's not accurate, right? But there's not going to be a super large acceleration like takeoff. But the fact is east or west heading, straight and level flight, even acceleration errors, major. They're the most on east or west headings. And also in a turn, if you initiate a turn on an east or west heading, it's totally going to be accurate. That's actually a knowledge test question. That if the turn is done, if you initiate a turn on an east or west heading, and the turn is done smoothly, the indicated heading will be showing correct, actually. Yeah, so you definitely want to know those. Super useful, by the way, for the instrument rating. When you do your instrument, you'll be doing partial panel stuff with simulated failed vacuum pump. So your attitude and your heading indicator will be like covered up, and you'll be doing like compass turns and time turns and stuff. So knowing those errors like really like comes into play, and feels really weird, I think, too, to like build the compass like into your scan. It's like, whoa, it's all like spread out and everything. All right, so yeah, we'll be flying out of Long Beach, and I think I'm gonna leave Pilot Edge out of this time. This flight's going to be emphasizing pilotage as well, so I'll break out my flight. Oh, I'm going to do a poll right now, actually. I want everybody in here to participate, okay? Should I make a bad decision with coffee? About making coffee. Should I make a bad decision by making coffee? Crazy Condor, dude, what's up? It's been a while, man. I love when the... Oh, shit. I'm getting blown up. Hold up. Oops. I think I'm getting yelled at. I'm getting yelled at. Dude. Are you making coffee as well? Is that what you're saying? That's super fucking funny. Oh, man. All right. I'm making the poll right now. Okay, ready? I'm gonna do, there's 3 minutes for this. All right, go ahead and I'll let you guys take that test or take that poll, and we'll see what you guys come up with. All right. And while you guys take that, let's see, let's get it going here. I believe my Navigraph is all up to date as well. And we got Track IR. Sweet. All right. And then Microsoft Flight Sim. Dude, the Gyro Instruments videos were freaking rad. I'm totally using that for my students in the future. Shit, yeah, man. All right, we're about halfway through. Results are coming in. Some people a little apathetic, it seems. Don't really care for some reason. Should be good on my updates too from when we last flew. That shit was wild, by the way, dude. Doing Yosemite and like the islands and stuff, like landing on the water. Pfft, dude, that was sick. All right, how we doing on the... Almost done with the poll. All right, let's see here. All right, well, it looks like the eyes have it, dude. I mean, it is what it is, man. The people have spoken, and there you go. Well, the people want what they want, and I'm not one to deny that. So, coffee it is. Ooh, the icon. I'm actually gonna take a look and see, like, do I want the 172? I know that I planned the top of climb based on the 172 performance charts. What? Miramar? That's down by me. Alright. So, let's take a look and see what kind of aircraft. Let's see here. Definitely not going to do it in a 152, I'll tell you that right now. That'd be sick to do it in the floats and then land on Big Bear Lake. Maybe the multi, maybe like the Baron or something. Tonight we're going to be doing Long Beach to Big Bear and then from Big Bear to Palm Springs. So we're gonna go VFR through the mountains to Big Bear. I'm thinking the 172, dude. Let's do the 172. It's a beautiful airplane. I just wish, you know what, I don't have a lot of experience of like editing this, like how to maybe navlog and then like adding points though, like I don't know. Oh well. And then let's see, all players, air traffic off. I'm gonna say let's do scattered clouds. And that looks good. And I am on West USA. I am clipped wing. Dope. And yeah, I'm just gonna spawn in. I'm gonna let you guys join me. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna spawn on 2-6 right. Shit, I fucked up. Sorry. That makes sense, dude. The 172 is a freaking perfect airplane. I love it. I mean, for training at least. So, I'm gonna go back to the main menu and spawn, try that again. Long Beach, L35. And then here at Long Beach, let's do a right downwind departure. I'm gonna spawn on the runway and then fly. All right, and then I'll let you guys spawn in and I will be right back. I'm gonna make that coffee. Just take me a second. And actually, for those of you just joining, this is the flight right here, big picture. I'm gonna leave it up right here in the corner. Oh shit, sorry. Right there. I'm gonna leave this up in the corner. And what we're doing is, you could just say Long Beach. We're really just doing this stretch right here. Right there, from the bottom corner of the screen to the top corner. If you want to like spawn in and like, you know, set GPS points or something, or you want to set, you know, look on SkyVector and make your own points. I promise I will learn to make PLN format files that I can share with you on the Discord. I'm always like, I'm trying to learn more and more. I haven't been streaming for that long, so just a few months. So one of the things that CDL was like doing, before I was really intrigued by was like having these pre-made flight plans that you guys can just like download and just load into like, into the sim. So I'll just leave it right here for now. It's going to be Long Beach, you can see here, to L35. That'll be the first one. And then we'll go from Big Bear to Palm Springs. Okay? So I'll be right back. I don't think so. I mean, we can breathe. Let's. Yeah, I mean, I don't think so. It's a good question, though. right, guys. Let's see here. Okay, so let me, you said Crazy Condor, where are you headed? I was just thinking, you know what I'm going to do is, put it on in the chat right here. So it's going to be KLGB starting there. And then I guess you can put in, KFUL VPLSA. What else? PDZ VOR. And then I guess you could say KREI. And then basically Big Bear. L35. L35. All right, cool. From there, I'm going to say L35 to, what is it? L22. Yucca Valley. Oh, shit. L22. And then PSP. KPSP, baby. KPSP. So I'm going to separate it with a semicolon. It's the only time in my life I've ever used one. JK. And what's that line? That Lil Wayne line? It's something like, yeah, I'm an ass with a gun. They call me semicolon. Right? Man. Except he's way cooler. Actually, really, dude, Lil Wayne's a shit. So anyway, yeah, in the chat there, you can go do the first LGB, Fullerton, VPLSA, Paradise, REI, and then L35, and so on. Dagon, yeah, Discord link. Is the Discord not working, by the way, in my About Me page? I don't know if you have to do this trick, but when Microsoft Flight Sim came out, I saw someone that copy-pasted exact coordinates on the nav log from Google Maps. I don't know how he did it, but he literally took him to those exact points. I saw, like, really helpful creating. You know what? I really appreciate that, and what I need to do is just spend, like, an afternoon, like, not even that long, just being, like how to create a PLN. Because I want it to be easy for you guys. I want it to be convenient for you. So I want, and creating a PLN is probably really easy. So I'm sure there are different ways of doing it, but I want it to be easy for you guys. I want it to be fun for you guys. And I want you to be able to fly with me really simply. So I'm going to work on that and figure out how to do that. Max! Oh, man, we are overdue for another flight, dude. Good to see you, man. It's been a while. I've been thinking about you, man. You can copy-paste the text flight plan into LNM and create a PLN there. Paste the text flight plan into little nav map? Really? You could, it's just really that easy? I'm sure it is. But anyway, yeah, so that's the flight plan right there, and then I'm going to go into, I'm in the plane right now, and I'll be right back. I'm just going to, oh, why, I wonder what this is showing. Oh, L35, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to work that GPS here in a second when I'm back, so. And then I'm gonna say few clouds. There we go. All right, I shall return. And actually, let's go fuel. All right, guys. Oh, what the hell? Did you use a little nav map? Thank you, by the way, Max. I'm gonna so yeah, so Max is awesome. The it sounds like um the flight plan is is available. Because this guy is freaking epic. Let me break out the ForeFlight. I'm just gonna get this recognizing the GPS, the position here. All right, so there we are right there. LGB L35, and it was right there. Ooh, shit. The beam Fullerton. And it was here. Was oh yeah, Santa Ana Canyon Pass. And then to Paradise. Paradise to Redlands. And then Redlands to flight plan don't have procedures, departure approach, but you can load them in G1000 or 750 if you have access. That's so sick, dude. That's so sick. Okay, you guys. So that is the route. And what we're going to do is we're going to depart out of here, right downwind departure, and climb to 9,500. Okay, so I'm ready when you guys are. Let's go. I'm going to go brakes off. And let's hit it. All right, let's go. Full throttle. Going down the runway right here. Got that right rudder going. Airspeed's alive. Systems are green on the roll. Back pressure. Wolfgang Krause is in something cray-cray. Oh, F-16. Holy shit. I didn't know they had an F-16 actually for Microsoft Flight Sim. Alright, cool. Right crosswind here. Of course, Microsoft Flight Sim, this airplane is like jumping around all weird and shit, the way it would not be doing in real life. Is there like wind or something that I'm not? No, it's just weird. Okay. All right. Sweet. This thing's being odd. There we go. And altitude select of 95. Okay. So, let's see here. Do our climb check. Looks like, oh, let's put our lights are on. Oil temperature, pressure, vacuum is good. Ammeter is showing good. We've got fuel. EGT will lean once we're up at altitude. We're on heading, and we are 2005 climbing 9005. Let's actually calm down our climb here, like 700 feet per minute or so. All right, and right now we're crossing. We got the 605 freeway under us. If you guys are following, actually, where is everybody? Let's go outside. Let's see, we've got, let me turn down that volume. There we go. Kind of hard to see. We got a lot of people out in the LA basin right now, but where are our dudes? Control shift in. Sniper. Maxwell, I see you, buddy. Nice. P28R. Nice. Is that the arrow? Just Flight arrow. Dude, how do you like that? You like that arrow? Okay, I was thinking about getting it. It seems like a really cool airplane. Oh, we're up at 3,000. Let's go ahead and lean for 3,000. Is it really nice? Dude, I love it. I'll totally get it too. All right, so we want to be a little more this way. Recommend 100. Dude, that's awesome, man. What is it? Does it come with the manual or anything like that? Like documentation or anything? Trying to get back on course here. Full documentation. That's so freaking cool. So I don't know if you guys can see where I'm at, because I'm kind of having a hard time seeing where you guys are at. I see Maxwell back there. But right now I'm coming up on Fullerton Airport. And I'm 4,300 climbing to 9,005. Fullerton is off to my 10 o'clock. And over Fullerton is a 6,000 foot Bravo shelf. So I just want to be aware of that as, as I'm continuing to climb to 9,500 feet. And we worked out that for a 172, remember what we did? We looked at the performance charts, the time, distance, and fuel to climb. And we found that we needed about 25 to 30 miles, 26 or 27 miles or so, to climb to 9,500. If those charts were right, and I mean, I guess we are using, normal temperature, I guess, or I don't even know what the temperature was, but it's... outside air temperature, actually, it's normally up there. Yeah, I don't know, but point is it shouldn't be terribly different from what we see in the chart. Okay, cool. Let's get back on course here. We should be a magnetic of VP LSA magnetic of 072. So right there should be good. Sweet. How do I connect ForeFlight to the sim? So I go through an external, like an app, and the one that I just Googled it, like how to do that. And what I came across was this thing called Lonely, what was it? Lonely Screen? Is that what it says? Yeah, Lonely Screen. And I ended up paying for it, but there is a freeware that, you get some ads that pop up sometimes or whatever. And, and it's really nice. It's super, super nice to, and all it does is it just, my ForeFlight, my tablet, anything on my tablet, communicates with, my computer. So anything on here. So like I could, for example, do like this. Like let's say we're doing like I have this preloaded, and I want to work on, while I fly, work on some calculations or something like that. Like we're doing what ground speed? 100 knots ground speed. So there's 100 knots, and then we can go and read the, whatever, it's been what, like 10 minutes or like 8 minutes or something like that. So, we've burned, a gallon and whatever, it's like, 1.3 gallons or something like that. So it's kind of cool. Like you could really do anything on here. Anything that I'm showing on my tablet gets sent up there. Or like, sometimes like you've seen, like I'll come here and I'll draw like, certain. Pretty nice. Yeah, I really like it. It's a super great instruction tool because, I don't really know of a good workspace. Like, maybe Zoom, I guess, has some sort of workspace or whatever, but like something I can draw on, like not with a mouse, and to use a stylus instead is super, super nice. So I like that I can just pull up, ForeFlight and stream it like that, and you guys can see, you know, what's going on. I'm gonna use Paradise VOR 112.2. J Cloves, dude, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Good to see you. Nice to meet you. Feel free to follow us. 112.2 is the Paradise VOR. And I forget, does the tone come in? I don't think it does, right? Kind of hard to tell. I mean, I know it should, but I don't know if Microsoft, if its Flight Sim has done that, but cool. So I'm 7,005 for 9,005, doing a systems check here. And heading indicator is set to compass. We know that it's a gyro instrument, and we haven't been moving this airplane around a lot, but due to the precession, right, we were saying that this sort of is, you need to check the accuracy there. Temperature and pressure are good. Vacuum is good. We're leaned. All right, awesome. Coming up to Santa Ana Canyon Pass, we should have John Wayne out there to the south. Pretty nice, nice imagery that they got out there, man. LA Basin looks so beautiful, dude. I love all the contours and the mountains and stuff, and freeways everywhere. So it looks like we got some aircraft out here, man. We've got Chris, we've got Eagle of the Desert in an F-22. We've got Diamond Eye in an F-18. Well, you shouldn't have to get that close to it. They should be working, you know, 40 miles out or whatever their service. Hey, I'm new to the channel, as you said. I would like to know how you connect your head movement to the inside of the cockpit, if that makes sense. Yeah, totally. So you'll see that I'm wearing a hat, right? See the bottom? So these little reflectors right here are they're being picked up by a camera that I have on top of my computer, and these reflectors, the movement of these reflectors, you know, cause this to move. It's really nice, especially for somebody like me. Like, I have a sensitive stomach to I get motion sick, and so as much as VR is awesome, like, I've tried. Yeah, it's infrared, exactly. It's called IR tracker, and IR stands for infrared, actually. Yeah, dude, so I get motion sick really easily, and which sucks because I have a VR headset for my PS4. I have a PS4 Pro, and the PlayStation VR was awesome. You know, like, I tried doing Skyrim in VR or playing Doom, you know, in VR, but dude, I can't do it, man. I just get too sick, and so Track IR is a really nice alternative for me in that regard, because, you know, my vision is free, and I can just sort of use my natural head movement still to kind of look around. I don't get motion sick when I fly in real life because, and Max would know, because I had the pleasure of flying with Max somewhat recently, and he had excellent technique. If he didn't have good technique, I actually would get sick in the airplane. I've been sick in the airplane plenty of times. Let's see here. To Paradise, we're looking for a magnetic of 054 magnetic. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That when Max found me, you know, on here and wanted to fly, that was a lot of fun. You also get enough space in between your eyes and your screen, which you won't. Yeah, you know what? That's a really good point, dude. That's a really good point. Oh, here we go. Altitude select. It should, yeah, calm down there. Good, good. Yeah, it's VR, it's like right there, you know. I think that's actually part of the reason why I get sick. But yeah, it's really nice, and you can see it's pretty accurate. You know, it's I love the IR tracker. It's definitely real. For me, it's real enough. I don't need to feel like I'm completely surrounded for me to feel like right now I'm good with having some peripheral vision and feeling like I'm in the airplane. You know what I mean? Like you can look all around, you can like lean in, you know, you can sit back, you can look around to the back seat. You know what I mean? You can like look over the seat. Like that shit's legit as fuck. And the other thing too is like, you know, when with DC, like it works with DCS, like looking like flying inside of a fighter jet. And you know, yeah, you can lean out. Exactly. You know, pretty nice. Look at that. So yeah, being inside of a fighter jet and looking all around, like, dude, I'm totally satisfied. Okay, you guys. So we were talking about the instruments this week and last week. And last week we were talking about the pedostatic instruments, and we touched on, without getting too into performance, we touched on why our true airspeed, as we go higher and higher, the air gets thinner. Why is it that our true airspeed and indicated airspeed become more and more different as you know, as the air gets thinner? And up here at 9,500 feet, it's a great example. You're able to see what's going on. I'm doing 110 indicated, or no, excuse me, I'm doing 105 indicated, but I'm doing 126 ground speed. And since I have no wind in here, that's 126. I don't think I have wind. That my ground speed is my true airspeed. Ground speed is true airspeed corrected for wind. So if it's a no wind situation, my true airspeed is my ground speed right now, 126. So here I am, 105 knots indicated, but my actual speed over the ground right now is 126 knots. And that is entirely without wind. That's entirely due to the fact that oh yeah, I suppose there is a converter, huh? And then what you just match up, let's see, so what's the outside? I just don't know the outside air temperature right now. There should be a temperature gauge up here, but there isn't. But, you know, essentially, it's like 6 or something like that. Yeah, so then there you go. Let's see, so if it's standard, then yeah, so 9 times 2 is, oh, so then it's negative, actually. It's 9 times 2 is 18. That's going to be minus 3. Yeah, then that makes sense. You see here, the true airspeed right here is showing 125. So that makes sense. It's actually less, or it's more. There you go. I don't think. Oh. Yeah, 27 Fahrenheit, dude. Minus 2 Celsius. So, there you go. Right down there, 127 knots, true airspeed. So, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Dave Grimy, what's up, by the way, man? Is there a true airspeed indicator on the... Yeah, oh, I thought you were telling me that there is. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess there is. It's graduated here. Yeah, it is. It's really cool that they do have that. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. What's up, dude? What's up, dude? So, yeah, Now this is gonna be it's an issue when you're coming back into oh, who's this Orange Rick or Orange Eric 88? I'm passing him. I'm overtaking Speed Demon. Oh shit, someone is hanging out in an F-18 near me, dude. Some formation flying, or they're trying their best. Let's take a look outside here. Yeah, Diamond Eye in the F-18. Beautiful. Look at that. Sounds so good. Dude, look at that angle of attack. And I'm like full throttle, dude. I'm like going as fast as I can. This guy makes me feel like I violated a presidential TFR or something. And then someone's in the Baron. Yeah, buddy. Dude, those he was up and out of here, dude. Imagine the wingtip the wake turbulence from that. I would have been toast. Yeah, there's Orange Eric in the 172. We're gonna yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, I have to study after this. I have to study like Learjet documents after this, but he makes me want to fly the DCS so freaking bad, dude. I miss that F-18 so much, and just landing it. Like, I don't even mess with dude, I don't even mess with like weapons and shit. I mean, I kind of want to start doing that, and you know, dogfighting and stuff. But dude, it's so addicting to figure out the problem solving in that airplane of landing and shit. Just landing. You can pass out from G's in 2020. Is that right? I can hear him. Where's he at? Yeah, I was flying in VR and doing crazy things, and I blacked out, pulling like all kinds of stupid amount of G's. Were you trying some actual aerobatic maneuvers, or what? Were you just ripping hard on the plane or something, or what? Do you guys know? Can you help Condor with that? Is it GPU intensive? I mean, I want to say that it is, but I think, does anybody have experience with like modulating the like changing the settings so that it's not as intensive? Because you know the thing is like in those planes, like you have a lot of, you know, distant details. You know what I mean? I think. What kind of setup do you have, Condor? Yvonne Snow, what's up, dude? We're passing by your airport. Didn't you say that you're near Redlands? Dude, so I'm looking on hey, have you heard of Royal Aviation? Doesn't sound familiar. Is it at an airport that I operate out of? Is it out of Long Beach or Fullerton or Torrance or Hawthorne? Is it like in the LA basin? Oh, no. I haven't spent that much time in John Wayne, but I also, yeah, that's fair. I actually don't I'm not as familiar. I don't know Royal at John Wayne, no. Dang. So I'm in Reddit right now. Oh yeah. Can't believe AFI is closed. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's pretty shocking, you know. Something that's been around for a long time, but and I don't really know the details as to like why. Because oh, dude, there's San Bernardino, so that means Ontario's over there. Hi, beep. Um. Oh, there's so what? Chris F 629 in the Baron. What's up, dude? Nice airplane. I don't know what happened. I mean, you know, COVID was tough on everybody. You know, I mean, everything they could have been doing everything right, and they just, you know, for whatever reason, maybe this airport to the left is San Bernardino. So it's a big 10,000 foot long runway, Class Delta airspace. You can see it up in the top there, top of your screen. And that is where a lot, really all of this whole other basin, the basin to the east of LA, it's the Inland Empire. And it's a huge basin where it's Ontario, San Bernardino, Riverside. It's a big freight cargo kind of center where a lot of flights come in for a lot of cargo flights come in, and there's the ground at like all these like all the concrete areas down at San Bernardino littered with aircraft, UPS and FedEx aircraft, a lot of aircraft actually that go there for their final resting places. Oh shit, look at Orange Eric just up and out of here, dude. Damn, that makes me want to freaking do DCS so goddamn bad. So we are coming up to the base of the mountains, and Big Bear is actually straight through these mountains, straight ahead. So we're gonna stay here at 9,005 and fly our way through, and yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're gonna fly our way through, and remember the noise abatement procedures. We gotta be respectful, you guys. Oh shit, dude, that looks so awesome. That angle of attack is ridiculously high. Cool, man. Cool, man, dude. He's really good at the formation flying, dude. That shit's wild. My PC specs. So, video wise, I have a an Nvidia, or it's a GTX. I want to say 2060, like Super or something like that. So it's a 2060, but it's got 8 gigs of VRAM, not 6. Really nice card. Great for lighting, shading, and all that stuff. So the 2060 is really nice. I should put it on my About Me page actually. I have an Intel. It's an Intel. It's a quad core. I want to say it's a yeah. It's some i7, and I want to say it's a 3.2 gigahertz quad core. It's a terabyte of solid state hard drive. Although I do need I do need another solid state that I do want to say to get one. And yeah, we can already see the terrain like rising. What else? I got 16 gigs of RAM, so not 32. I got a couple of 8s, but 16 seems to I seem to get away with 16 pretty good. Yeah, it's great. It's a nice rig, dude. I treated myself to it like last Christmas, I think, and or maybe 2 Christmases ago. I knew that I wanted to sim more. I knew that I wanted to get into streaming. I also, it's been a long time, but I wanted to kind of like relearn modeling and like Blender and stuff. I think that Blender is super interesting. Oh shit, look at this F-18 right here. You know, coding and modeling, it would be the shit to learn. So, you know, I thought, why not invest, you know? All right, I'm gonna go autopilot off. Damn, dude, that looks sick. That looks sick, man. I would love for this F-18 in front of me, dude, to go like afterburners and then just like blow like the airplane backwards like 20 knots. Oh yeah, Max, that's what you were saying. You do the 3D, the video editing, right? Yeah, there was a time a long time ago, like years ago, that I was trying to learn Blender, and I just was learning like basic shapes and like basic animation and stuff like that, like nothing really hardcore. Really? So I didn't know you were like hardcore like that. Dude, I would love to learn. That would be cool. It was I would say computer-wise, what I would like to learn would be the modeling, and then also language. You know, I was interested. I have a Python course that I bought too, but since I've been looking around for like you know, pilot jobs, like I've been trying to transition to like a professional flying job. I've really been focusing on, you know, my materials development and teaching techniques and you know, my experience and making sure that I'm like applying myself like correctly and stuff. And I think I've got a good lead. And so when I'm doing my thing, and if I get hired at this place, I have a second interview coming up. Then I'll probably be doing modeling and languages, you know, while I'm there, since I made it. Really, really pretty out here, these mountains. All right, so straight ahead of us, you can see Big Bear Lake. And remember, TPA is 8,000 feet, so I'm just going to start a very gradual descent. And you just want to turn early and stick to the side of the mountains there for the noise abatement. It's just so crazy to me, like when you look at Big Bear Lake, like as we're transitioning like over the dam and like into this bowl over here, like where Big Bear Lake is, you look behind us at the Inland Empire and you realize how high we really are, but then you look out over the lake and all of a sudden now you're like 2,000 feet above the ground. You're like, what the fuck? It's just really trippy, you know, the perspective that you get when you're in an airplane. I love that. You guys in the F-18s should, yeah, buddy. Orange Eric. Killing it, man. Awesome. You guys in the F-18s should totally try and do this landing. Alright, so this is when we would announce our position on the CTAF. 122.75. And Big Bear traffic. It's Cessna 510 Charlie Mike is over the dam, west end of the lake. Inbound on an extended downwind for runway 26. Max, so you're a CGI specialist, so what kinds of things do you like modeling the most? Whoa, cool, dude. Oh, Max. Max is in the F-18 after all. He couldn't help it. Couldn't help himself. Hyperrealism. Dude, you should post some. Have you posted anything in the Discord? I think we'd all like to see. I know I sure as shit would. I'd fucking love to see some of your art, man. Oh, here, I should actually be down at 8,000 right now. Due to the difference in between true airspeed and indicated airspeed, really important that we are on top of our you know, that we're on top of our energy, that we're not coming in, you know, 10 knots or 5 or 10 knots above, you know, fast, like above where we're supposed to be, you know, indicated. Very important, because then it's super ridiculously okay, so 13. All right, close enough. So here's 8,000 feet. I'm looking for these are all normally covered in snow, all these mountains from on the right-hand side here. And, oh, Shant! What's up, dude? We're doing a cross-country to Big Bear. And we finished up instruments. We were looking at, oh, here we go. I think this is the golf course right here. I think we actually missed it. Oh, no, we're good. Yeah, there's that road, so we're going to turn that base. And just want to slow down. Yeah, what's going on, buddy? Really stoked that you found... Dude, we're doing 120 knots on base. Shitballs. Okay, I'm gonna land partial flaps. Super stoked that you found, you know, some time in the airplane. Yeah, I saw it start up today. I watched Klaus I've been in communication with Klaus. And plane looks good, so, you know, sounds good. They were having some transponder issues, I guess, but I think it cleared itself up. So see, here I am. I'm 70 knots. I'm becoming 65 on final. And I'm doing 80, almost 80 knots true airspeed. 65 knots indicated. I'm 75 knots true. But it doesn't matter, you know. I got the engine leaned, or the mixture leaned. I'm going to do a touch and go here, and then left traffic. Flaps 1, full power. Keep that mixture leaned. And it's going to be left traffic here. Look at that, dude. It's a cruise climb sight picture, and we're only doing 300 or 400 feet a minute. 300 feet a minute. Yeah, 400, my bad. Yeah, I guess it doesn't. That's so weird, huh? Damn, the water looks so nice. Ivonks. He has an issue with this. Damn, dude, there's no way that I was supposed to turn there. There's no fucking way that I was supposed to do that, dude. Yeah, I should have... Dude, for those of you in, like, regular aspirated airplanes, do not turn crosswind when you should have... Like, when you normally would. That was fucked. I'm like, look at my airspeed. This is crazy. Yeah, my ability to climb is not good. Density altitude for you, man. I'm using a yoke, but because Microsoft Flight Sim dynamics are so bad, it's kind of, you know, jerks around a little bit. Dude, look at this, man. I'm holding 60 knots indicated. I'm doing 200 or 300 feet a minute. I've only climbed... I'm on the downwind right here. I've only climbed 1,000... No. 60... What, 65? 6,500 feet? Or 60... excuse me, 60... 67, I think it was. Field elevation. Finally on the downwind. Dude, Orange Eric. Yeah, man, absolutely, dude. It's super fun flying with you, man. Well, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, dude. Actually, I might not be on tomorrow because stepdaughter's got to play. So, in the evening. So we'll have to see. I might need to be back on this weekend for DCS. But I'll definitely see you soon. And now that I'm about to turn downwind to base, I am finally at pattern altitude. Jesus Christ. Going around that, there's that school that we saw in the noise abatement. We need to Yeah, see, Shant, this is what I'm saying. Like, what we're gonna talk about this when we do instruments. You can watch these videos, but we'll be obviously together. As your instructor, like I'll be teaching about the instruments, and this is actually performance, really. Why is it that as we go into thinner and thinner air, like the performance is so adversely affected? It's so dangerous, dude. Like it's really, really dangerous. Like when you come up here, you just need to know what's going on. Like it's fun to fly into Big Bear. I've done this a million times, but it's weird, dude. It's really, really weird. Like here, like I say, we're doing 75. Let's see here. Hold on. Yeah. See 70 knots indicated. I'm doing 85. True. You can see the ground speed in the bottom right there. This airplane has a pretty hard time. You got to be really on your shit landing at this airport. I have a little bit of power in there. My mixture is leaned right now. You gotta keep the mixture leaned. You can see we're on short final at almost 7,000 feet. All right, guys, I'm gonna do another touch and go, and then it's a downwind departure for Yucca. Okay, flaps 1, full power, right rudder. And the trick is is to fly out over the water more, dude. I turned way too early last time. Notice the climb performance too, Shant. On the VSI. It's struggling to climb. See that? Right at sea level, we'd be doing like 1,000 feet a minute or 900 feet a minute. All right, flaps up. And that's kind of that's what I'm saying is down at sea level where you have all that density, you get spoiled, You really do. You get spoiled and you think that the aircraft performs like that all the time. It has all this like super dope performance. And it does, But up here the crazy thing, Shant, is this is standard temperature. It's standard temperature and standard pressure. If it was a warm day, you'd be even more screwed. Shallow banking, in the pattern, dude. Diamond Eye in the F-18, man, handling it. Shallow, dude. Shallow banks, Struggling to climb. 65 knots. What about a fully loaded airplane there? Dude, that's the other thing is like, weight's not going to help you either, is it? So you got to really be careful, not go full fuel, full bags. You're like, oh, weight's fine. Yeah, did you check your performance, dude? All right. So we are out of here on a downwind departure for Yucca Valley. It's going to be L22. And I'm not going to really bother with the foreflight because you can see it right there. From here on out, it's really simple. It's just going to be direct Yucca Valley. And then, nice. DMAC in the F-18. Sapnap in the F-22. I didn't even know they had an F-22. Somebody was in an F-16 earlier. I didn't know that. Yeah, DMAC. Nice, dude. Little slow rolls right over the trees. Please don't crash, sir. No! Oh, man. Barely pulled out of it, dude. Nice, nice. Dude, Diamond Eye is rocking the slow flight in the F-18. I love it. So I'm going to attempt to climb out of here at... Actually, I wonder, this altitude should be fine. Oh, Vox, that's you? Dude, I saw that. That was freaking gnarly, dude. I'm actually going to hang out here at 8,005 and just go around these mountains. And then these mountains up ahead, you just want to go make your way over them or around them. Actually, I'm going to go straight and just go cut through the little notch right there ahead. And then you want to hang a right. It's the airport that's to the southeast of where we are right now. Over these mountains, it's probably going to be like a 09 or 0, or maybe like a 110 or something. Yeah, it's always good to do something like this in like in a 172, so you're reminded and humbled about, you know, the realities of the performance limitations. I don't know of a more challenging airport actually in this area. Catalina is probably another one that I hear. I actually haven't been there before, but yeah, I would say Big Bear, especially not just for the density altitude, but just the fact that you have all these, well, first of all, you've got weather, right? Like, you've got freezing level and snow and stuff. You've got runway conditions that can be slippery. You've only got one instrument approaching into there, and it's GPS. But you also have wind, you know, coming over the ridges and stuff. So it's a lot of challenging stuff. And then once we're over these mountains, we can start descending and get some performance back. Dude, I love the sound of that jet, man. Who's to the side? Who's to my 9 o'clock and low right now? Somebody badass in slow flight who really understands. Oh, Diamond Eye. Wow, that's really impressive, man. Slow flight stuff. I wonder if you're a pilot in real life, you know, or if you just kind of understand what's going on in the F-18. I mean, slow flight's really tough when you're first learning, you know. Slow flight is it's a serious challenge. It's one of those maneuvers that, like, seems easy, and it isn't that bad when you learn the basic way to do it, and you're just wings level, slow flight. That is still challenging, but it gets really challenging when you're talking about maneuvering in slow flight and stuff. And you know, this guy's over here formation flying in slow flight. I mean, that's some dope skills right there. Oh yeah, Vonkson, I remember you saying that. It's no good, man. It's no good. But you know, learning experiences. You know what I mean? We all have those learning experiences that hopefully, you know, we moving forward, we learn from them, and makes us wiser. You know. Brian Quintero, hey, thanks for the follow, man. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to join us. We're going to be coming down to Yucca Valley here. You can see on 4Flight up in the corner there. Finally descending out of, you know, Big Bear type altitudes down to something more reasonable. Although I will say right now, especially really at any time of the year, but Big Bear is such a beautiful place to fly. Max, you know what? You're coming up on my ADSB, dude, on my 4Flight. That's you, dude. If you could look on my screen and you can see the target behind me right there. That's you. I'm not really being good to you. Staying on top of my speed. My bad. So, it's 1,000-foot traffic pattern altitude at Yucca. Puts us at 4,200 feet. And it's left traffic for runway 24. So, we need to be 500 feet above TPA. We need to take this down to 4,700 feet then for the midfield, for crossing overhead midfield. And then it's going to be a descending right turn to the downwind. So we're going to be on with a CTAF of 123.0. We're 5,008, descending 4,007. Yucca Valley traffic, 510 Charlie Mike. 5 miles to the northwest of the field. 5,500, descending 4,007. Gonna pass over midfield. 510 Charlie Mike. Look at these hills, by the way. I kind of don't want to keep descending, you know? These hills look weird. Like, it's kind of interesting. They'd be doing some weird shit, too, like to the turbulence, you know, as the wind passes over these hills. We got to get over them in order, and then Yucca's on the other side. We call it nature. That's funny. Yeah, dude, nature's beautiful, man. These land formations outside remind me of when I did my commercial, my long commercial cross country. I did it solo, and I flew from Torrance to Phoenix. It was a 8.5-hour day, and it was really wild because you know what? I think I need to go over here. Yeah, the airport's over here. I tried flying some of it with the autopilot on, and it was terrain features like this that was making the air really, you know, the hot air rising and turbulent and shit. And the airplane was like fighting itself to, you know, maintain the altitude or whatever, and the autopilot was making the airplane like punch itself in the face. So I had to turn the autopilot off and, you know, hand fly the airplane for basically probably 6 or 7 of the hours of the total time. It was fucking crazy. And it was a great experience, dude. But it did make me appreciate the the hot air. You know, I think it was Flying Fabio was doing some glider stuff recently, right? I don't know if you guys have been watching his channel. I just tuned in very briefly. But I think he's been doing some cool, I don't know, has he been doing contests of some kind, I think? I just tuned in for a second. It sounded like it was a contest or something. Oh, Condor, I do it in here with Albatross, the DG. Oh, really? Oh, that's not... It looked really, really cool. It looked really fun. I have no experience in gliders, you know, so... Yucca Valley traffic, 510 Charlie Mike and company. Passing overhead, 4,700. Midfield, gonna circle for the... Oh, it's all good, Max. It's all good, dude. Gonna circle to the 45 downwind. So we're passing over midfield right now. And we're gonna start that. Oh, oops. Yeah, here we are. We're coming up to it. Oh, no. Yeah, we're over the field right now. Okay, cool. So I'm going to continue out here, 4,700. For like a little while. And also thermaling is done. Not good, but okay. Is what? What do you mean by that, bud? All right, so what is this? Yucca Valley traffic, 510 Charlie Mike is establishing ourselves on the 45 downwind for runway 26. And that is 4,200 foot field elevation, so... Oh, really? Where the hell is the, Oh, there's the runway. Okay, cool. Yucca Valley traffic, 510 Charlie Mike is downwind, runway 24. And I'm still leaving my airplane leaned, frankly. All right, we got flaps 1 in there. Yucca traffic, 510 Charlie Mike, downwind to base, runway 24, Yucca. Oh, Iceberg, you're saying that they're like the realism is not super great? Yucca Valley traffic, 510 Charlie Mike, base to final, runway 24. And you guys, this is actually going to be a full stop from me tonight. I got to study. But you guys are super awesome, man. This is a really fun flight. And it was really cool to explore the errors, the instrumentation errors related to density altitude. Let's see, who's in the F-18 totally illegal right now? Diamond Eye is totally illegal. Just cutting right in front of me on final, dude. Right of way, bro. Part 91. And then he crashes. And recovers. Thanks for leaving all that wake turbulence on the runway, dude. You got right down into ground effect and then afterburnered it and then lifted out of there. Thank you so much. Left all those wingtip vortices on the ground. This is why I love Jeppesen. You guys can check it out on the top right hand screen. And you know, normally there's no airport diagram for this airport, but Jeppesen's got them. Awesome. Cool, man. F-18 right there. So sick. Dude, you guys are epic, man. So cool, dude. Let me get out of this. Yeah, when I come back this weekend, you know, we should do some DCS, and then we should do some discovery, or what is it? Activities, I guess, like our landings and stuff, discovery flights. Oh, Max, thank you so much. I super duper appreciate the link, man. That sounds awesome. Anyway, so yeah, thank you guys again so much for hanging out tonight. I do need to go study, but some of you, I mean, I'm meeting for the first time tonight. As always, it's a pleasure to meet you, and for those of you coming back, thank you for coming back. And to all of you, thank you so much for making this channel a positive space. We're all encouraging each other and, you know, uplifting each other and flying with each other. It's what it is, man. It's what it's all about. And it's a beautiful thing because of you guys. So, yeah, not going to be here tomorrow, but this weekend we'll shoot for some DCS. Next week, IFR Tuesdays, we're going to be looking at regulations, at least right now, unless you guys want something else. Yeah, absolutely. Nice to meet you too, dude. I'm really excited for next week, Private Pilot Wednesdays. It's going to be VOR navigation. So we'll do another PowerPoint that I have on VOR navigation. You know, we'll break out the VOR navigator like trainer and go through some exercises and what are the indicators telling us, and then you know, get in the sim and do some tracking, some intercepting, and maybe go on a cross country where we use VORs very heavily, like maybe to Santa Barbara or something like that, you know, where we're using cross radials and like all kinds of things, airways, and be really cool because it's going to be Private Pilot Wednesday, so the emphasis is on the private pilot. It's not going to be doing instrument flying. Where we'll be doing that on Tuesday. Probably this weekend too. I'll be doing more of the 135 flying so that I can continue to prep for my next interview, and you know, some of the 135 flying in the Midwest I still need to do a lot more of. So okay guys, so thank you so much. We'll talk soon. You guys are beautiful, and thank you so much. Love you guys. See ya.